Resilient ownership, the practical philosophy of habits, grit, and empowered leadership. Chapter 7. Disciplined greatness, the hedgehog path to sustained excellence. In the philosophy of resilient ownership, disciplined greatness represents the strategic culmination of personal and organizational potential. It is not the result of charisma, luck, technology, or dramatic leaps, but the quiet, relentless application of disciplined people, disciplined thought, and disciplined action. At the center of this discipline lies the hedgehog concept, a simple, crystalline understanding derived from the intersection of three circles: what you can be the best in the world at, what drives your economic or impact engine, and what you are deeply passionate about. When pursued with Level 5 leadership, characterized by personal humility combined with professional will, this path produces sustained excellence that compounds over time, outlasting competitors who chase trends, quick wins, or ego-driven strategies. Without disciplined greatness, even the strongest growth mindset, atomic habits, intrinsic drive, extreme ownership, and grit remain fragmented efforts. With it, they align into a focused flywheel that builds unstoppable momentum toward enduring success. Disciplined greatness rejects the myth of overnight transformation or the need for larger-than-life heroic leaders. Empirical patterns from rigorous analysis of companies that transitioned from good to great reveal a consistent sequence. First, get the right people on the bus and the wrong ones off. Then confront brutal facts while maintaining faith. Distill the hedgehog concept. Build a culture of discipline, and let the flywheel effect do its work. This sequence integrates seamlessly with every prior element of resilient ownership. The growth mindset, Chapter 1, provides the belief that excellence is achievable through effort, not innate superiority. Atomic habits, Chapter 2, supply the daily mechanisms that make discipline repeatable. Intrinsic drive, Chapter 3, ensures that autonomy, mastery, and purpose fuel the journey rather than drain it. Extreme ownership, Chapter 4, demands that leaders take full responsibility for building and maintaining this disciplined path. Grit, Chapter 5, supplies the passionate perseverance required to stay within the three circles despite distractions and setbacks. Genuine influence through empathetic connection, Chapter 6, ensures that the right people are not only selected, but inspired and aligned. Level 5 leadership forms the human foundation of disciplined greatness. These leaders exhibit a paradoxical blend: deep personal humility paired with indomitable professional will. They are ambitious, but their ambition is first and foremost for the organization, the mission, the cause, not for themselves. They channel ego needs into building something larger and more lasting. Level 5 leaders are often self-effacing, quiet, and understated, yet they display fierce resolve to do whatever it takes to achieve greatness. They take responsibility for failures while giving credit for successes to the team. This humility aligns directly with extreme ownership and the growth mindset. By subjugating personal ego, they create space for honest self-assessment and collective expansion. Their professional will reinforces grit, ensuring that passion translates into sustained action rather than sporadic enthusiasm. The first who, then what principle underscores that disciplined people come before strategy. Greatness begins by getting the right people, self-disciplined individuals with high intrinsic motivation, into key positions. These are not merely skilled technicians, but people who embody the growth mindset, take ownership, and operate with autonomy once direction is clear. Wrong people must be removed, not through harshness, but through rigorous, compassionate alignment with standards. When the right people are on the bus, they require less management and generate disciplined thought and action naturally. This step integrates with genuine influence. Empathetic leaders who connect authentically build trust that allows honest conversations about fit and contribution. It also supports radical candor and the coaching habit by creating an environment where feedback serves development rather than ego protection. Disciplined thought requires two rigorous practices: confronting the brutal facts and applying the hedgehog concept. Confronting brutal facts means maintaining unwavering faith in eventual success while facing reality head-on. No denial, no sugarcoating, no optimistic delusions detached from evidence. Leaders create climates where truth can be spoken without fear, drawing on psychological safety built through empathy and ownership. This practice prevents the 5 dysfunctions of a team, Chapter 8, by ensuring avoidance of accountability or inattention to results, cannot hide behind comforting narratives. The hedgehog concept then provides the simplifying framework. It asks 3 intersecting questions. 1. What can we be the best in the world at? Not what we want to be best at, but what we truly have the potential to excel in, grounded in realistic assessment of capabilities and the growth mindset's belief in expandability. 2. What drives our economic engine, or impact engine in nonprofits? This is the single metric or denominator that best measures value creation, profit per X, impact per X, revealing what truly moves the needle. 3. What are we deeply passionate about? Passion here is not superficial hype, but a profound, enduring enthusiasm that sustains grit over years. The hedgehog concept emerges at the intersection of these circles. It is not a goal or vision statement, but a deep understanding that guides all decisions. Once clarified, it demands ruthless focus, saying no to opportunities, even attractive ones, that fall outside the 3 circles. This focus prevents dilution and channels atomic habits, intrinsic drive, and grit toward compounding excellence. Disciplined thought thus turns complexity into simplicity without oversimplification. Disciplined action follows naturally from disciplined people and thought. It manifests as a culture of discipline. Self-disciplined individuals taking fanatically consistent action aligned with the hedgehog concept. This is not bureaucratic control or rigid hierarchy, but freedom within a framework. High standards enforced through culture rather than micromanagement. The right people, operating with autonomy and ownership, innovate and execute relentlessly within the focused path. Technology, acquisitions, or market changes are evaluated strictly through the hedgehog lens, adopted only if they accelerate momentum inside the circles. This disciplined action integrates the coaching habit. Questions that reinforce alignment, mastery, and purpose keep the team operating with clarity and commitment. The flywheel effect illustrates how disciplined greatness builds unstoppable momentum. No single push creates the breakthrough. Instead, consistent, aligned efforts in the right direction gradually build speed. Early pushes feel laborious, but each disciplined action adds to the accumulated momentum. Eventually, the flywheel spins with its own force, producing breakthrough results that appear sudden to outsiders, but are the logical outcome of years of disciplined preparation. This concept grounds realistic positivity in evidence. Excellence is not magical, but the predictable result of sustained, focused effort. It reinforces grit by making perseverance visible through accumulating momentum, and ties back to atomic habits as the micro pushes that keep the flywheel turning daily. In resilient ownership, disciplined greatness scales the entire philosophy organizationally. The growth mindset becomes cultural when Level 5 leaders model humble learning and expect continuous expansion. Atomic habits embed into processes and rhythms that support the hedgehog focus. Intrinsic drive flourishes when autonomy serves the 3 circles, mastery advances best at potential, and purpose aligns with passion. Extreme ownership ensures that deviations from discipline are confronted and corrected without blame shifting. Grit sustains the long journey through plateaus as the flywheel slowly gains speed. Empathetic influence builds the trust necessary for brutal fact conversations and right people decisions. Team cohesion strengthens as shared understanding of the hedgehog concept dissolves dysfunctions through common direction and mutual accountability. Radical candor delivers feedback that keeps actions aligned, while the coaching habit empowers individuals to contribute disciplined thought and action autonomously. Implementing disciplined greatness requires intentional practice. Leaders begin with rigorous self-assessment and team audits. Are the right people in the right seats? Do we confront brutal facts regularly, or do we avoid uncomfortable truths? Have we distilled a clear hedgehog concept, or are we chasing multiple priorities? They then build supporting systems, habits for regular reflection on the three circles, metrics tied to the economic impact engine, recognition that reinforces passion and discipline. Challenges such as external pressures, internal resistance, or the temptation of sexy opportunities outside the hedgehog are met with ownership and grit. Own the deviation, learn from it, and refocus relentlessly. Disciplined greatness ultimately reveals the quiet power of resilient ownership. It rejects hype, fads, and ego in favor of humble, focused, sustained effort. Greatness is not reserved for the exceptionally talented or lucky. It is available to any leader or organization willing to assemble disciplined people, engage in rigorous thought, and execute with consistency inside a clear conceptual framework. The result is not fragile success dependent on one leader or market condition, but enduring excellence that compounds through the flywheel, resilient to setbacks because it is built on ownership, growth, and human connection. This chapter serves as the strategic integrator of the philosophy. The personal disciplines of earlier chapters find their organizational expression here, while preparing the ground for cohesive teams, candid communication, and empowering coaching. When disciplined greatness becomes the operating norm, leadership transcends management of the present and becomes the architecting of a future defined by sustained, authentic excellence, free from distraction, grounded in reality, and powered by the collective potential of people committed to a focused, meaningful path. In resilient ownership, the hedgehog path is not a rigid formula, but a living discipline. It demands continuous refinement through growth, ownership, and empathy, yet delivers the profound satisfaction of building something that lasts. Leaders who walk this path discover that true greatness feels less like conquest and more like the natural unfolding of potential when discipline, focus, and humanity align.